Hello and welcome. Today, we are diving into something that can seriously change the game for any restaurant or cafe, digital menu boards. We're going to show you how to get that slick, professional look you see in the big chains, but without that massive budget. Okay, let's get right into it.
So, does this whole scene look a little too familiar? You run out of something and you have to grab a marker to cross it off the menu. Ugh. Or maybe you've tried the next step up. Climbing on a chair, fumbling behind a TV to plug in a USB stick. You know, it's clunky, it takes forever, and honestly, there is a much smarter way to do this.
So, here's our plan. First, we'll talk about why the old way is just broken. Then, we'll get into the real power of going digital. After that, I'll let you in on the smart approach to signage. We'll even show you how to get it all up and running in 4 easy steps. And finally, we'll wrap up with a comparison that makes the choice crystal clear.
All right, let's kick things off by looking at why those old methods are actually costing you a lot more than you probably realize. Yet we're talking about the hidden costs of paper and just the pure hassle of the whole USB stick shuffle.
This really breaks down the 2 big headaches, doesn't it? On one hand, you have paper menus. Every time a price changes, you're paying for reprinting. And those handwritten edits, they just don't look great. On the other hand, you've got the USB stick. It feels a little more high-tech, but let's be real, it's a huge time waster. Someone has to physically update it, you can't automatically switch from your breakfast to your lunch menu, and we have all seen that ugly file folder pop up on the screen while the videos are looping. It just screams amateur hour.
So, it's really no wonder that the whole industry is shifting to digital. But look, this isn't just about looking modern and cool. It's about real, tangible benefits that can actually boost your business.
It really comes down to 3 key things. First, dynamic upselling and scheduling. You can literally program your screens to push a breakfast combo in the morning and then automatically switch to a dinner special later on. Second, instant agility. Did the price of an ingredient suddenly go up? No problem. You can change it on your menu from your laptop in like 10 seconds. No printing, no markers. And third, my favorite, something we call the appetite appeal factor.
And this is the secret sauce right here. A picture of a burger, it's fine. But a slow-motion video of that same burger sizzling away with the cheese just melting perfectly over the side, I mean, come on. That actually triggers hunger cues in your customers' brains. It makes the food look absolutely irresistible, and it even makes the wait time feel shorter. It's a huge win.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds amazing, but it has to cost a fortune. Well, let's jump into our next section because we are about to bust the biggest myth in digital signage.
This is the #1 question, right? Everyone just assumes you need to shell out thousands of dollars for special commercial TVs and complicated hardware. But what if I told you that's just completely wrong?
The reality is actually so much simpler. You only need 2 things. First, a screen. And I mean literally any TV that has an HDMI port will work. You probably already have one. And second, a little media player. This is the tiny gadget that plugs right into your TV and gets it connected.
And how much does this little piece of tech magic cost? About $40. Yup, that's it. For less than the price of a fancy dinner, you have all the hardware you need. You can grab an Amazon Fire TV stick, an Android TV, or an androidbox TV. They're everywhere, they're cheap, and they work perfectly for this.
All right, so the hardware is ridiculously cheap. That's a huge win. But this has to be the catch, right? The professional software. The cloud platform that lets you manage everything from anywhere, that's got to be where they get you. It must cost a fortune.
Well, let's just look at the typical costs. The big, fancy enterprise systems, they can easily cost hundreds of dollars every single month. So what about a platform like kxdigitalsignage, which is a perfect example of this new smart way of doing things? What do they charge?
$1.50 a month. No, that is not a typo. When I first saw this price, I genuinely thought it was a mistake. For less than what you pay for a single cup of coffee, you get a full-blown, professional, cloud-based system. This is the definition of an insider secret. For an independent restaurant, this is an absolute game changer.
And for $1.50, you're not getting some watered-down basic version. You get full remote cloud management. Update your menu from your couch if you want. You get an offline mode, which is so important. It means if your Wi-Fi goes down during a lunch rush, your menu stays up. The dashboard is super easy to use, and of course, it supports images in those amazing, mouth-watering videos we talked about.
So, you now know it's incredibly powerful and, frankly, shockingly affordable. So the last question is it hard to set up? Let's walk through just how quickly you can get your new menu up and running.
It really is this straightforward. Step 1,
Get your menu designed. You can use a free tool like Canva. It's super easy. Step 2, download the app onto your Firestick or Android device. Step 3, a code pops up on your TV screen. You just type that code into the web dashboard on your computer that links them together. And step 4, upload your menu file, put it in a playlist, and hit publish. Boom! You are live.
Okay, let's put it all together now. It's time for the final head-to-head showdown. This is the ultimate breakdown of your options.
I mean, this chart says everything you need to know. The USB method is free, but it's a ton of work, it's not flexible, and it just looks cheap. The big enterprise method gets you all the features, sure, but the cost is just astronomical. And then you have the smart way. You get the high flexibility, the high professionalism, the remote updates, all the good stuff from the enterprise systems, but for a ridiculously low cost. It's truly the best of both worlds.
And at the end of the day, it all comes down to this: return on investment. This approach isn't just about being cheap, it's about being smart. It's the smartest financial move because you get all those professional enterprise-level features, but you're using affordable, everyday hardware to do it. You're not paying a massive premium for stuff you just don't need.
So really, the question isn't, can you afford to go digital anymore? It's, can you really afford not to? Are you ready to finally ditch the paper and the USB sticks for good and start selling more with a menu that actually works as hard as you do?